So you've decided to take the plunge and make your own fretboard, but you're a bit worried of manually slotting. You're also not up to buying this amazing $250 jig. Well, in this 6-minute tutorial, I'll show you how you can make a simple and very effective fret slotting jig from some scrap laminated MDF and plywood. We'll do it step by step, and in 6 minutes you'll know how you can make your own jig and template for making as many slotted fretboards as you wish. So stay with me. Let's build some guitars. Hi, I'm Yoav and this is the Electric Luthier. Today we'll go over the process of building a simple jig for making the fret slotting process much easier while maintaining accuracy and sticking to the budget. What do we need from such a jig? It's basically a miter box in the width to fit a fingerboard with another element in it to fit the existing slots and set the correct spacing between the new slots. I'll be using a few pieces cut from an old laminated MDF closet door. I like the laminated MDF for jigs as it gives a very smooth and predictable cut and smooth edges to run against the saw when slotting. For spacing, you can use a fine milled metal template available from Luthier's supply shops, but since we're on a budget here, I'll be making my own template using a pre-slotted fingerboard I bought, which is probably CNC'd and more accurate than the one I would have made myself. I did check it just in case. I'll be putting links to all the tools I'm mentioning here and the ones I'll be using below in the description, so you can check them out. And if you like where this is going, please hit the subscribe button and the little bell thing to get notified. The whole idea for the template is that I'll be taping the slotted template back to back with any fretboard blank. The slotted template will be facing down where there will be a thin metal plate which fits in the slots, while the fretboard blank will be facing up to be sawed and slotted. First thing, planning. There are no accurate dimensions to follow. You want it to be wide enough to fit any blank fretboard and long enough to support it comfortably. The only really important measurement is the straight 90-degree angle of the slot in the middle. Well, taking into account the thickness of the fretboard and the depth of the saw blade, you can try and make it just right for the slot depth or leave a little wiggle room. The next stage is cutting all the pieces with a straight angle saw. There's the base piece which I always make larger so I can easily find a place to clamp it to the table. There are 4 side pieces and a couple more smaller ones which will sit at the top. I'll start by measuring and pre-drilling all the holes and gluing one side while making sure the angles are straight. I'm using glue and screws, although I'm not sure how effective the glue is on the laminate, but it gives me a bit of sense of more stability, or at least the illusion of one. At this point, I'll cut and superglue a small metal plate which will function as my guide for the slots in the template. I'm putting it right in the middle so there will be no offset between the blank fingerboard and the template. If you're using a pre-made template, you'll need to create the correct notch or pin for it, and the placing is dependent on that template. Next, I will glue and clamp the other side while using the slotting saw itself as my spacer. It'll be a bit tight, but it'll be just right when I actually get to fretting. A few screws will hold it all together, and other than cleaning up some glue which may have squeezed out, I'm pretty much done with all the miter box part of things. Now we can move to the template. Again, the basic idea is that I can now copy any slotted fretboard to another. The first one I'll copy will be my template, which will sit snugly in the miter box and is square, unlike the pre-fretted fretboard I bought. I'll be using a 10mm laminated plywood piece, which I cut to the width of the box and make sure that it's centered to the pre-fretted one I have. Now I need to find the metal plate and put the first slot on it. After I figured out the first one, it's just going through the 24 slots, plus maybe another one for the nut. I'm hoping the laminate will make the whole process easier in the future, and I'll get many nice fretboards slotted with it. You'll need a separate template for every scale length, but once you have it, it's very simple, accurate, and straightforward. That's it for today. If you want more information about building electric guitars, articles, and free downloadable scale charts, make sure you subscribe, check out the links below, and come visit us at theelectricluthier.com.